we're going to choose the stock abutment that we want. Either we're going to use a straight pedestal. I have a straight pedestal. We have shielded abutments. We also have offsets of 15 degrees. There are other abutments to choose from. Let's say we are set on a straight pedestal, which was the one I commonly would use with my restorative procedures for a single implant or single tooth replacement. And as that goes in the mouth, we make sure it's cleared. Here, I took it down about 1 millimeter. Those pedestals are a little longer when you get them. And we would take that down. I took this down about 1 millimeter to clear for occlusion and also to accommodate the zirconium or the porcelain fused to metal crown. So in this case, I would typically use a closed tray technique, and I would flow light body around the abutment and then medium body polyvinyl siloxane into the tray, and we could do a triple tray, and that would include the inclusion. So along your pedestal, you'll see straight edges on both sides, and then the cylindrical portion on both sides. This one has been adjusted to accommodate occlusion. And I suggest wherever your implant alignment is placed, you want it to be as close as possible, or the flat end of the abutment to be where the thinner part of that crown is going to be. So let's say we have more space along that buccal, and that's as close as it's going to be. Then, and we have less room to create a lingual cusp on the lingual, then I suggest that you try to pivot the flat end of the abutment so that it faces the lingual. So you'll have more bulk of your crown material on that side. So here we're going to place the screw in there and then just lightly tighten that. And we're going to take a closed tray with our straight pedestal abutment. You can put retraction cord if you wish, if it's necessary. And another thing we could do is also place a cotton pallet on there, but I technically don't do that. You can just go like that. Okay. Thank you. Okay, so we're ready to take the impression out of our patient's mouth. And some of you will find that the impression may come off from the tray. You can use tray adhesive for that. So here's our impression of the abutment that's been adjusted. And I don't know if you can see the details of that. Okay, now having a visual, you can mark up on the abutment to show where the buccal area is. You can place it, let's say, I'll just say it like right here. So this is more towards the mesial buccal. Okay. Okay, so we're going to be taking that off and placing it into our analog. So that's the mesial buccal. I want to match it up with that mesial buccal marking on on the abutment. And then you can give that to the lab to pour up. That's the closed tray. We're going to be restoring our number 5 area implant. It's an ERI, and we'll be approaching this as an open tray impression. And here we have our stock abutment that we'll be using. So we'll have our 4.0 straight pedestal, and in it, in the packaging, includes the actual stock abutment, the pedestal, straight pedestal. Then we have the ball screw, and then the fixation screw. Because we're going to be taking an impression with an open tray, we're going to be using the ball screw on top of that pedestal to tie in our pedestal. I will gear it towards the interproximal. So here we place our ball screw. Just with some finger tightening. That's good. This stock abutment didn't need adjustment. There's enough clearance. And if it does need some clearance, the lab can always do that. So we want to place an opening right at that ball screw. If you can get a landmark, for instance, the incisor on the other end, on the other side. So we're going to aim for placing our tray right down the mid-center, where it's positioned mid-center of that incisor, so that we can approximate that ball screw through the window. You want to have your cotton tip ready to clear off any access, so that you can clear off any material, impression material, to access the screw. So here we have it. Now we're going to flow the light body around the abutment as we wait for the tray with the medium body. The most challenging part is getting it to access that ball screw. So once it's set and we're removing the screw, we're going to remove the stock abutment along with the impression, and then we can place the analog in with the ball screw right in its exact positioning, and you'll see the indentation of the ball in the impression. So I'm just unscrewing that ball screw. It's an analog. We can place it right there until it clicks. Okay, I'm going to flip it over, hold that in there, and then we're going to place that ball screw in again. just till you feel resistance and you stop, so that you're not moving that at all. So you can give that to the lab for them to pour it up. And that's going to be the abutment level impression for your implant.